One more hour to go. JD, Will, Carrie, Stu from Covenant Rescue Group hanging out and hanging on like a hair in the biscuit. Extremely grateful for the opportunity for the Breaking Bread radio crew to get to have some time during the day to talk about things. And, like you and I were talking yesterday, I mean, this is the least we can do for Leland. He's been opening up for us every day for the better part of 5 years now. Because before we were just on Saturday when he was doing other stuff. But, he is the best opener in the business. So, it's the least we could do is, sign up to open up for him for a couple days.
I agree 100%. And I hope that when he sends out the thank you cards, it's not like Darian's wedding invites.
No.
No,
You ain't got yours yet?
Thank you card?
Yeah, from
Leland?
Leland?
You know what? He probably doesn't know I'm on the show. That's a good point.
I'll photocopy mine and send it your way.
Scratch out your name.
No, I won't do that. I'll just.
Oh, with friends like this, who needs enemies? Goodness gracious. We got a little bit more time with Stu from Covenant Rescue Group. Great breakdown. Still cannot believe you've only been there since February because I really thought you'd been there for a very, very hot minute.
Yeah.
What can you talk about the cost of running CRG, because y'all do take donations? You could do that on, was it covenantrescue.org?
Yeah, covenantrescue.org.
All right, and
there's a button on there that says donate. So we're not
making it easy.
Yeah, we're not trying to hide it from you.
Yeah, no, that's the only thing you could do is make it bigger.
That's right. I'm gonna get Steven on that. It needs to be bigger. Bigger.
Right.
Yeah. Make it huge.
Just make the whole website a donate button.
That's right.
So since the law enforcement agency that y'all are training, they don't really incur, the only costs they really incur, from what I understand, would be the overtime or the cost of that officer going to the class, but it's got the added benefit of the CPEs or whatever they're called, CEUs,
yeah.
continuing education units, so that they've got to get anyways, right?
Yeah.
But can you talk about the cost of what something like that, like training one agency takes, because it's got to be a lot of money.
Can I just say real fast that I just think that it just sounds stupid as hell to me to require, like, and since we've been doing this show and with SWAT guys and with the CRG guys and all the folks that we've talked to about training, like this idea that police officers have to foot the bill to make themselves better trained and better prepared is every bit as stupid to me as teachers having to buy their own school supplies to teach kids in their class. I think it's just ignorant, and we should do better.
I agree with that to a point. I don't necessarily have a problem with the basics being covered, and then if you want more follow-on training, because I did that at, like, when I worked for Southern Company and all these places, right? They would give you a baseline of training.
Sure.
But I was always like, hey, look, like I want X, Y, and Z, and so I just go pay for it myself. Now if we're talking about buying crayons and pencils just to get through the day, that's a wildly different. If that's not being provided, that's wildly different. But I imagine even law enforcement, they could go and take classes that aren't necessarily required for their position at the unit, but let's say you wanted to become a SWAT officer and you like, hey, I'm going to go to like TSI or something and get some follow-on training. So I think there's a fine line there.
There probably is a fine line, but I'm speaking more about
like the basics.
No, I'm speaking more about this. Like, sex trafficking is clearly a major freaking issue. It affects a lot of children.
Right.
And like the idea that maybe there have been in the past some agencies that did not want to pay for the training for their officers.
Now, I was going to bring that up earlier. That is wild.
It's freaking crazy to me.
That every agency is not doing this.
Yeah, so from the cost as far as the training and operation goes, like you said, it is it's free to the agency. The only thing that they would have to pay, it's no cost to sign up for the class or anything like that. Once we do the classroom training, and then we take all those skills learned in the classroom, and we actually partner with that agency for a operation where they can apply them in a real world setting. For us to run a training and operation, it is somewhere between $30,000 and $50,000.
Holy cow!
And so a lot of that is determined by how close it is to home base.
Yeah.
For us, and then whether it's in state or it's out of state. But that's a rough estimate on how much training is. Now, the reason that it's that way is because, number one, we have top-notch trainers. They have, and I mean, I could sit here and count it up, but they have somewhere between 80 and 400 million years worth of experience on this stuff, and they're super knowledgeable. And so we have gone out and we've got individuals that have a lot of knowledge and real-world experience in this to teach it to them. And then what we also do on the operations side of it is we have really leaned hard on our special operations veterans, because they supply us with tier 1 counter surveillance input. They help us put together the counter surveillance packages. They help us put together the communication between the interior and exterior whenever we do operations, and they help manage all of that. And you really can't put a price on those guys. I could say some names. They probably get mad at me because they're still in that, hey man, I'm a ghost, like nobody knows that I'm even alive anymore. So I won't say any names, but without those guys and without the instructors, I mean, it would really be difficult to do what we do. But we're not a Christian organization, but we are an organization that's run by Christians, and we really do believe that God has brought this whole thing together with each individual aspect to make it as successful as it is. So whenever you get this training, right, whenever you go to the classroom portion and we partner with you for an operation, the other thing is all the equipment is handled, right? You have phones, that we need. You have computer systems, you got spreadsheets. You've got, like I said, things that need to be reserved as far as locations and stuff. You have food that needs to be paid for. And that's one of the things. I got off the phone with the agency about 3 weeks ago, and he goes, okay, he goes, well, how big of a check are we talking about? And I was like, $0 except for the overtime from your agency. And he was like, look, man, he goes, I mean, we can't afford like $100,000, but like, just be real with me. I was like, dude, it is zero money. And he was like, we're 100% in. And I was like, oh, you don't need to talk to anybody? And he's like, no way, man. He was like, we're in. He was like, let's go. Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna put it on the calendar. You just work. He goes, you just let me sell it to everybody. And I was like, okay,
that's
man.
awesome though.
Yeah, you're on the calendar. So it really helps. It really helps get that buy-in. And then, like I said, from all of our backgrounds, whether it's law enforcement, whether it's business, financial business, or whether it's business tech side, all of our employees' backgrounds, and then all of our contractors' backgrounds, we have that drive to make it as professional a product as we can, so that everybody from that agency is happy with the outcome, and not only that, so that we can replicate it, so that they can replicate it whenever we leave. That's the big thing, is we train them, right, to make sure that they can replicate this whenever we leave. So.
That makes sense. 2026, y'all are ramping things up.
Yeah,
we got more stuff going on.
Yep. We are. We're ramping this stuff up. We're already taking. Obviously, we're trying to fill training and operations right now. Right now, we've got about 10 scheduled so far. And obviously, we can schedule a little bit more than that. But we're looking for agencies that are interested. We're looking for agencies to partner with, to get out there and impart skills on you that you can use to help your community. And be proactive about it.
The crazy thing is this is not all they do.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's not just this piece, the training and that sort of stuff. Like they have TSI, right? Don't y'all help run TSI as well?
Yeah.
Which is the Shooting Institute.
Yeah.
Been around for a hot minute.
Yeah, TSI, we we run that as well, and that is a training and tactics company. And we do training from handgun, rifle, personal defense, tactical training for SWAT teams, or, police or law enforcement, or whatever the case may be. And so we have it, we've got it covered on both ends. Really, we can provide you with whatever it is that you need to be provided with.
If you want to feel very self-conscious about your ability to shoot, go spend the day with these guys out in Gardendale. I mean, they all get out of the truck and it's like they've got all their stuff on.
Right.
And like you show up with your 365 and you're like, uh-oh.
Well, that's actually I'm gonna ask this question before we got to go to break, and I know Stu's got to go. But if somebody is looking to get their first everyday carry firearm, what do you recommend for that? I know that they can go to Redland Rifle and get all the information and all that kind of fun stuff. But what for somebody who is new to firearms and wants to protect themselves, obviously they know get the training and practice and do all the things. Where do you recommend from a firearm standpoint that they start?
Well, number one, I would recommend that you start with something that you're comfortable with, right? If I like Glock, right, and you pick up a Glock, you might not like that firearm. So number one is go.
Which is accurate. I hate them.
Yeah.
Just the way that they feel, not the functionality.
And that's what I'm talking about. Don't let somebody say, hey, look, you need a Glock. No, you need something that's comfortable for you that feels good in your hands. If people got different size hands, right? And so you need something that is going to feel, that is going to feel comfortable, and you feel like that you can take it from a novice level of, of understanding all the way up to where you're actually have that firearm with you every day, and you're going to use it to protect yourself or protect your family. My personal opinion is right now, if it was me, I'd go out and buy a SIG because they're super cheap right now because people think they're just going to go off and like kill people or whatever the case may be. So
I've got a bunch of them that have never gone off on their own.
Yeah, and I'm all about discounts because I got kids, and so they're actually I don't think they're going to do that. So I like my personal opinion for a full size gun. I like a SIG 320 X5, and then for a compact gun, I like a 365 macro.
Yeah. Those things feel so good.
Yeah.
And to that point about what feels good in your hands, like at Redland, that's really, I mean, you've been there a few times.
Yeah.
That's, in my opinion, what sets us apart from a lot of other, virtually all of the other gun stores.
Yeah.
Is that all of our stuff is out. It's all tethered and trigger locked, but you can come in and touch all of the firearms without having to annoy the bejesus out of the guy behind the counter going, hey, can I see this one? Can I see that one? Can I see?
Yeah. And I do that. I've been in there multiple times and done that. Also, if you are that person that's like, I just want to annoy everybody, then just go down through there and cock all the hammers on the revolvers and make them unlock them and have to reset them. I've done that a couple of times as well.
You're the guy.
Yeah, Daniel's been giving me the stink eye. Don't really care. It is what it is. He was in the Army too. He knows what's up. So.
Oh, that's absolutely
his eyes are stanky for more reasons than that.
Yeah.
All right, man. Listen, we appreciate you hanging out with us. If you can hang. If you can't, we understand. One more time, if folks want to donate to Covenant Rescue Group, it's
covenantrescue.org is our website. We're also on Instagram. We're also on Facebook. So make sure you go there. Make sure you follow us. We give updates all the time on operations. Whenever the agency releases their press release, we will re-release that on our social media. So
we owe. So it's off to the break we go. You're listening to the Taste Buds on the line, Talk 99.5. Welcome back into the line on Talk 99.5. Hey, make sure you hop over and like and subscribe the brand new YouTube channel for Talk 99.5, which is Real Talk 995 TV. All the shows are now being live streamed Monday through Friday, save for Breaking Bread. That may or may not happen. We'll see. But listen, I can tell you, if you'd like to see the Breaking Bread radio program be part of that overall Talk 99.5 YouTube experience, send them an email, send them a letter, call the station.
Text message.
205-545-9950. Tell them that you want the Breaking Bread crew to be on the YouTube channel. I don't know if it works. I don't know if that'll work or not, but, do so.
We should give out Justin's personal cell phone.
We should. He would love us for that. Thanks to Stu from Covenant Rescue Group for coming and hanging out with us a little bit and spreading the word about that. Great organization, great people. I was just thinking about given the ability that we have the ability to, given the fact that we have the ability to produce our own T-shirts, I was just like daydreaming about, a shirt that I could wear while delivering food to a CRG operation that says, "You crush evil, I crush hunger."
That'd be a good one.
Something like that.
I mean, I don't know that he's listening in the car now, but I mean, next time he comes on, we're going to tell him to bring some Crush Evil gear.
Yeah.
It's all right.
I feel like I deserve a Crush Evil hat.
I think you do.
I feel like I really do.
I
even pay. I mean, I'm happy to pay for it. I just don't want to have to pay for it online.
You don't want to put your your address in there. I get it.
No, I just would rather hand them. I'd rather hand them cash so they can make more money off the sale of the hat than have to put in my credit card information. Big news. See, it appears that Greg Biffle has lost his life. At least that's what the media reports show. An airplane crash in North Carolina. Greg Biffle, a favorite amongst NASCAR fans, and I think he used to drive the number 16, if I remember correctly.
I don't know. He used to be in NASCAR, but
yeah,
I followed it like I follow music.
President Trump just finished signing an executive order reclassifying marijuana. It is no longer the same schedule offense as cocaine and heroin, which I think is pretty good.
It's a good idea.
I think it's a good idea. I think the research piece of it is critical. I think it makes it a lot easier to study the long-term and short-term effects, both positive and negative, on the human body. And like we said, I just listen. It's better for my back pain than pharmaceuticals, and it helps a little bit with the anxiety. And I'm not every person. Every person's different. I get that, but I just don't like the whole argument of, well, let's protect the kids, because if, like we were saying in the last segment, that if you really want to protect the kids, toss the alcohol away.
Right.
Go back to it being prohibited.
Well, I mean, once Anheuser-Busch and all of those folks own all of the dispensaries, I'm sure it will get legalized.
Yeah, it'll be different then.
Yeah, it'll be 100% different.
Well, and a lot of people think that that like there's a lot of different theories as to why it became illegal in the first place, and right, wrong, good, bad, or indifferent. It is my belief that the largest reason for that was not because it made black men want to do unsightly things to white women, but more about the timber industry and the textile industry, paper companies.
Because of the hemp?
Yeah, because of the hemp.
Yep.
You know, like a whole lot of the Rockefellers and all those people, big timber folks. And
what's weird though is if that was the case, then why wouldn't they have gotten into it? You know, if it was such a, you know, paper killer, or, you know, it was a better denim or whatever. If
right.
like, why wouldn't they have taken that industry over?
Well,
because, why would you stick with cotton or whatever?
Well, I think your infrastructure at that point is probably already in place at that time. You know, and you're not having to spend the money on getting into something new. So, I mean, the Constitution of the United States of America is written on hemp paper.
Do we have one of those?
That's what they say.
Huh.
Seem like we follow it very much.
Probably illegal.
Yeah. It's going to be the next Nicolas Cage movie. What was it? Those
National Treasure.
The National Treasures. Yeah, he's gonna steal the Constitution again and roll it up to a doob. Smoke it.
Part 12.
This is The Line. 30 minutes to go. Come back. Welcome back into the line on Talk 99.5. Few minutes left in today's program. Have no fear. We'll be back tomorrow, filling in for Andrew as well. Hanging out with Craig Westbrook from Birmingham Broker for the full 4 hours tomorrow. So we'll obviously be talking about some Birmingham Broker. But he is just a wealth of knowledge about a bunch of different things. He's led a pretty exciting life, and we're excited to talk to him about that and share those experiences with you. Carrie back there giving us our fill of 90s and early 2000 bangers. You know, like, I know that the 60s and the 50s and the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, they all produced some groundbreaking, high-quality music. But I think that they really had just, like, gotten it right by the 90s. From the TV to the movies to the food to the music. I really do look back at it now and think that it might be the coolest decade. You know, obviously I wasn't
easily.
I wasn't alive, you know, in the 60s, and I mean, I was alive halfway through the 70s, but like, I don't know, man. It seemed like we were on a course of things getting better.
Yep.
And people being cooler, and like, you know, like just the vibe in school and the whole.
Or if nothing else, they were just keeping to themselves, their own devices.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, there was, but clearly somebody somewhere was like, "Ma, we need more division."
And like,
it was the millennials that did that, right?
I mean, I really think it was just the access to information in the internet that really just went and flipped the thing upside down on its head. I don't know that for sure, but
you're probably not wrong. They figured out that you can absolutely manipulate entire, groups of people, everybody. Facebook. They weaponized that almost immediately.
Right.
There are governments that have been overthrown by other governments by using Facebook, by destabilizing their on purpose.
Right.
Destabilizing the citizens and all that sort of stuff with massive amounts of disinformation. Not too much unlike dropping a bunch of leaflets. The problem is that this leaflet is in your pocket and it provides an unlimited amount of dopamine hits, and they can tweak that. You know, if you want to tweak it, you want to tweak a leaflet,
right?
You got to print them out and drop them again.
More, sure.
Right. This can be tweaked ad nauseum. Whenever
and instantly.
However, instantly. Right. And you, on top of that too, though, you could do a lot of A/B testing, right? Send this out to this group, find a group that's kind of like them and see how they react. Rinse and repeat. It's not any different than the way you're supposed to do email marketing or websites or anything like that.
Certainly.
The difference is that they've got unlimited amounts of money.
And I think that the advent of the camera on the phone as well is really, I think that's where the school of cool really started to deteriorate.
What do you mean?
I mean that, a lot of kids now, and even some kids then, like, getting in trouble got them attention. And then there could be photographic evidence of it to prove that they had done something. When I was younger, had I made the ramp 4 feet high instead of 3 feet high and took the jump and landed it, with the exception of the one or the two people who were actually there, everybody else just kind of had to believe that was something that I did.
Right.
But
you could probably take it back further though too, to like so music is such an interesting thing in the way that it affects your mood and all that sort of stuff.
Right.
And so you combine that with like music videos, and you see artists that are in scenarios that are 100% fake. Like they don't own the houses, they don't own any of this, right? But like it's like, oh, I want to do that right there. And people, kids are like, oh yeah, this is good to go. Here's what I need to do. I need to do anything to get to that spot right there.
Right.
Unbeknownst to them, that the artist, they don't own any of that.
Right.
They went to a bank and borrowed, the money to rent all of that stuff.
Sure. The amount of costume jewelry
Yeah.
that you see on people is just astounding. Like I would never, like I never really have it. I would never really have a desire to have that many diamonds around my neck or on my wrist. And listen, would I like two more chains and a little bit different of a style and a little bit thicker than what I wear around my neck currently? I would. But some of that is also a financial security blanket that, like, this is the last straw. Like, this is the last, this is the last thing.
If you got to do something.
You know what I'm saying? If, God forbid, we get in a spot, my wedding ring would absolutely go before my wife's. And my, but it's also the reason why, strangely enough, with being in the restaurant business and taking care of people, trying to take care of people the way that we do, the times that I have bought Stephanie jewelry, it's just like you and I've had the conversations. I don't buy cheap guns.
Right.
Because in my business, you never know when you got to go and just grab some cash. And banks really don't want to work with you and whatnot. So you got to buy things that retain and hold their value, so that if you got to go make payroll or you got to pay some taxes, man, you got to do what you got to do.
We do. Oh, man, it breaks my heart. I tell folks all the time that, like, I'm just not cut out for some of the things that that especially gun shops will do. Don't get me wrong, we're not a pawn shop. We don't do any of that sort of stuff. But there are people that just kind of assume that, like, you're a gun store, you're kind of like a pawn shop, whatever. Like, it breaks my heart when people come in and it's like, man, I need $200, and I've got this pistol, and I'm like, look, is this your only pistol? Yeah. Okay. Here's $200. Keep the pistol. Because, like, I still want you to be protected.
Right.
Now obviously we can't do that for everyone.
Sure.
But I tell you what, I do not have the heart for the pawn business, any of that type of stuff. Like, I don't, because it really, it is heartbreaking when that stuff happens.
It is. And that's part of, like, I don't know, man. And one of the reasons why I really want people to go and support local businesses and brick and mortar businesses is because, like, I feel like, if you look at the TV, if you look at the internet, if they'll tell you that the American dream is dying or it's already dead or it's going away. But, like, it is alive and well in every single small business owner in this country. And we make up, we do more of the hiring and have more of the businesses than the big companies that make all the money. Statistically speaking, less than half of the mom and pop businesses in America are profitable. But
I believe that
they continue to fight and hold on and push through and do whatever has to be done to get to the next day, to get to the next set of paychecks for their team, because it's who they are.
Well, my background,
yeah,
right? Like the skill set that I've got is applicable anywhere.
Sure,
right? I don't have to have that store.
No.
Right, which is very nice in terms of there's also a lot of mom and pops out there that, like, that's all that That's all they know.
Right.
That's all they've got. Right. I am very fortunate in the fact that having such a high end IT background, I can literally go anywhere and do anything
and make a lot of money
and make a massive amount of money doing it. Right. But I mean, I haven't switched back to that yet.
Right.
There is, there is something about it. It's wild.
It is.
There are plenty of days that I'm just like, you know what? Let's just lock these doors.
It's honorable, man. But being responsible for other people and the way that those other people pay their bills and take care of their families. There's a great sense of pride and accomplishment in just that.
Right. Well, so to your point earlier about payroll, right? The idea, and we've done it. The idea that you're going to pay those people before you pay, I'm going to figure out where my mortgage is coming from.
Yeah.
Before anything, but they're still going to get paid.
Yeah.
There are so many people out there that have no idea. It's the difference between signing the front of a check and the back of a check.
Absolutely.
That's the easiest way to do it if people still know what checks are.
Right.
Right. If you've never signed the front of a check, get away from me. Do not come and talk to me about how blah, 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 blah. And I used to be one of those people.
Right.
So
let's go to break, and when we come back, we'll wrap this thing up like a sock on a pickle. You're listening to The Line. I just said that. He's such a copycat. God. Welcome back into the last few minutes of The Line on Talk 99.5. JD and Will hanging out for Andrew today and yesterday and tomorrow. The Taste Buds. If you're ready for this to be over with, we understand. But stay tuned, because a real set of professionals is coming your way momentarily with Leland Whaley and AJ as they bring you Leland Live right here. Leland Live on the radio. Leland Live on the radio. Come on.
That's all I got.
It's as hip-hop as AJ has ever sounded.
Oh, that's funny. Is AJ here yet? I'm sure he is. He's probably been here since 7 o'clock this morning.
He's been walking in and out and around and about and whatnot. Yeah.
So earlier, we were talking about coffee. And I spent a lot of time traveling around trying to find good coffee.
Right.
And it all of it. Gross.
It's kind of like beer. It still tastes like beer.
Yeah, it does. However, when we first opened, there was a company, Day Soul Coffee, and
Bert and the family.
They actually they live close to me. I had no idea who these people were, prior to that, and they brought their stuff in, and I love the smell of coffee. I just don't like the taste of it. But whatever they do, roasting, whatever it is, their regular coffee is the best tasting burnt water that I've had. Like, I mean, I could taste bad coffee from I could sit there and go, okay, like if I liked coffee, this would be really, really good.
Right. Wasn't
super acidy or bitter or anything. Like
sure.
It was smooth. I just don't like the taste of coffee.
Right.
But I had a few cups of that, and I was kind of blown away that because I just kind of assumed after tasting so much bad coffee, I'm like, this is never going to happen.
No, they're really good at their jobs, and they actually have a really great subscription program where the coffee will be delivered to your door. So just another way to support another mom and pop business. If you're a serious coffee drinker, check out Day Soul Coffee. They're over in Bluff Park, and get yourself signed up for their subscription service so that you can get your coffee just delivered to you, so you don't ever have to worry about running out.
I think what is it? The Bluff Park Coffee Collective. I think they've got some pastries and stuff over there as well. But yeah, kind of blew me away. I'm like, okay, like if I like coffee, I would drink this for sure.
They're awesome. Let's go to Grady. Grady, what's up, brother?
Hey, I ain't got much going on. How about you, Will?
Oh man, I can't call it. Just hanging out on the radio for a few more minutes.
That's what I'm talking about. I called in just in time because, I went by Redland Rifle the other day. I didn't stop, and I thought about something. I said, man, I know I owe Will an apology. He probably don't remember me. With the spice that I did, because, you had sent me the spice in the mail, and I'd messaged you, and, I was at a bad time. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. No, I screwed up, and I kept forgetting to send it, and I was a butthole.
I didn't know your mom had passed, and I was in a bad state, and I just want to give you an apology, and I can't wait till I get into Redland Rifle. I want to meet you guys.
Right on, brother. Come on, man.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate the words, dog. I didn't take any offense, and I still look at it as, I screwed up, and you gave me the opportunity to fix it, so I'm grateful.
But it's been on my mind. It's been on my mind for 2 years, year and a half.
Takes a lot to call in a live radio show and apologize, though.
Hey,
so I mean, that's fantastic.
It's all love, Grady. I appreciate you, brother.
Well, I've been wanting to do it for a long time. Now I have the courage to do it.
Hey, everything in God's time, man. We appreciate you, brother. Have a Merry
Christmas.
We'll talk to you soon. Come see us at Redland.
All right, brother.
Yes, sir.
Peace. That was very nice.
It was. It's not every day that happens.
It's not. And, on my end of things, not even necessary, but I'm grateful.
People, they'll go, hey, hey, I'm gonna tell you something, but don't repeat it. And I'm like, listen, the amount of things I forget. I'm like, it's a lockbox here, not because I'm not gonna say anything, but I'll just forget it. Like it's not even that's not important, you know. Right. But like something like that would have. Like, I haven't thought about that in 1 year, 364 days. Right. You know, it just wasn't a big deal. I will forget the things all day, every day.
I do want to mention to you guys real fast that if you don't follow Andrew McLean on YouTube, he put up a pretty funny video yesterday. His wife was being an amazing wife, as Trish always is, and trying to make Andrew's life. I don't know if she was trying to make Andrew's life easier, or if she was just trying to ultimately get the leaves out of the yard sooner. But she bought a leaf sucker, and Andrew did a little video showing his experience with it.
It was good.
It's pretty entertaining. I will tell you that those things do work well if you chop the leaves up a little bit first. Like if you just like JD just runs over his leaves with the mulching lawnmower.
It's a bagging mower.
Yeah.
Right, and that's all you got to do.
Yeah, it really is the easiest way.
And it cuts the grass.
Yeah,
because it still grows a little bit.
Sure.
You know, just run over it, call it a day. Now you got to empty the bag a lot more, but easy enough.
The leaves are almost finished falling at Casa de Chub Father, so it will be time for me to bring out the leaf blower and finally clear them to the bottom of the hill where last year's leaves have just about finished composting.
Speaking of, if you get the opportunity, could you bring my my hedge trimmer back?
I can.
I need that because that's also my weed eater.
Yeah.
It's got multiple attachments.
It does. I only have one of them though.
You do. But you've got the most important part.
The vroom vroom
the
part.
Vroom vroom part. You could probably keep the hedge clipper part because I cut all those down.
It worked pretty good, goodish anyway. I'm no Edwards for the scissor hands.
It gets heavy.
I have trimmed a bush. I was not so successful. The ones out in front of my house.
That's funny.
But hey, tune in tonight from 6 to 7 p.m. For the Taste Buds and Breaking Bread Radio. No JD tonight.
Nope.
He's got a fancy schmancy event that requires his attention.
Oceans, is that what? Yeah. Restaurant. Is that good?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Get the are you an oyster guy? Do you do
like
the
raw oysters?
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna put that in the same category as coffee.
Well, encourage anyone who is dining with you that does enjoy raw oysters that their oysters from around the world sampler platter is quite fantastic. Quite fantastic. But I believe Brother Paul from Brother Paul's Barbecue will be on with us.
Awesome.
This evening. So
I hope he brings some baked beans for y'all.
I hope so too. I love his baked beans.
So good.
I mean, Rodney Scott's was good the other day.
Yeah.
Brother Paul's Barbecue is not.
His stuff is underrated.
It's
so good.
Not much of a secret anymore. He's getting mad barbecue reviews.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's outstanding.
Yep. All right, y'all. Till next time. See you, cuz.